Hello.
Hello. Your lipstick is so cute. It's like a really good color on you. What is it? Like a berry of some berry something?
I'm not sure. I did a couple different shades. So
Oh, well, it looks cool.
thank you. Yeah, I thought I'm gonna do something with my lips tonight.
Oh, very luscious.
Look at you. How are you?
Good. I just got home, so I'm like a little shiny. I haven't touched up yet, but I'm gonna real quick run back here. I found something. This may be routine. Well, maybe it's not routines, but like I realized that I don't like when things blow on me. Like I like the sound of fans, but like I have an air conditioning like blowing on me, so I'm gonna go turn it off. It's weird. Like I don't like things when it actually blows on me. I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Go ahead. I'll let our listeners know what we're going to talk about tonight.
Okay.
In our last episode, we talked about routines, and I had said to Ashley, hey, let's have routines be our next episode. So here you go, listeners. We are talking about routines, how to use them, if you use them, if you like them, if you don't like them, and whatever else we decide to talk about.
It's a free for all for honestly, like every time we talk.
Pretty much. Which is why we decided to do the podcast, because our talks are super interesting.
It's funny to like get, I mean, I feel like I've learned so much about you as a person, just about like everything, random stuff, because we just get into such cool topics. But routines, I mean, I know you have somewhat of a routine. So you want to kind of explain how yours works, how you got into it?
Yeah, I would have never thought of myself being a routine person. And about a year and a half ago, I had made a mistake at work, and I thought, we all make mistakes at work, not a big deal. But it was just something that was very out of the normal for me. And I couldn't figure out why. And I remember talking to you about this, and I said, I can't even believe I made this mistake at work. And Dawn, co-pilot, was just on me about this, like, what is going on? I'm worried about you. And I was like, it was a simple mistake. Only to really get to the root cause of the simple mistake was I was out of my routine. And I had
Didn't even know.
Yeah, I had a certain method of doing things. And when that was interrupted, my whole train of thought was completely offline. And I thought, well, that's really weird. I wouldn't think that one simple thing would catch you so off guard. And it did. Yeah, it was interesting. I definitely have routines. I am much more routine focused than I ever thought I would be. And I feel as if my routines are getting stronger the older I get. So that's another interesting thing that I found. Yeah, I do. I wake up in the morning, I try to remember my dreams. And then if they're funny, I will let you know, or Pam know, or Leslie know, or somebody know about how funny the dream was. Do your regular bathroom morning routines now. Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, it's workout in the morning. And then on Wednesdays, I pretty much sleep in. So that's a nice routine just to catch up. And then, you go about your day, you start work, and then you get your breakfast, and then you take your morning pills. And then in the afternoon, you take a walk or a lunch, or you do whatever, run errands. And then in the evening, you have your evening routines, and then you make dinner and you eat dinner, and then you watch your favorite TV shows, or you read a book, or you meditate, and then you start it all over again.
I like the way you say that though, but because I also feel like some people think that routine can equal monotony, but I don't think it does. Do you? I mean, the whole starting it all over again, I'm like, I think there's so much good in routines.
I think so too. My gut instinct is that I don't like monotony, and I don't like doing the same thing over and over again, which is typically true, but it's a variation every day. But yeah, it's the same task, just different ways of going out about the same task. Maybe that's how I would say it.
Yeah, and maybe that's why you thought for a long time you didn't have a routine, or you're like, I don't have a routine, because it's secretly, subconsciously, you don't like the idea. Maybe routine means monotony or something. Boredom, maybe. I mean, I'm not saying that's what it is, but maybe. Because like I was just thinking when you were saying that, I'm like, man, you can have different routines for different things. Like at work, for instance, there are different routines. At home, like I feel like not that I'm like a different person, but I mean, at home, I definitely have certain routines. And then like at work, I am ultra organized. And so I have different routines to keep me that way because I'm a lot of my job requires me like being behind the scenes and like organizing things and making sure everything runs smoothly on a day-to-day basis. So it's funny because in my normal life, like I'm probably not chaotic to be, but I just kind of live my life like day by day. But then at the same time, I'm like, but that doesn't mean I don't have a routine because I have a routine every single day. Like I wake up, I eat at the same time. And it's funny, like I even do things in a weird order where like I wake up and I like will put on some music and stuff. And then I'll start like with my hair and then I'll do part of my makeup, go eat, and then do the other part. Like it's to a T. It's like I never do my full face of makeup and then eat. It's like always the same thing. And I'm like that. But I think part of the importance of routines can be is just it's just teeing you up and it keeps you in like a very focused state. Because like if that routine in the morning is thrown off, like the rest of my day feels weird. Even though my day to day, like the nature of my position at my job is very like it changes every single day. Like it's never the same stuff every day. But but then again, it's like I have certain routines to help me keep up with that. So it's like it's funny that routines can mean a whole number of things.
They really can. I like the way that you put it. You have your routines, but it doesn't mean it's the same thing every day.
Yeah.
That's a
Like
much better way to put it than what I did.
no, you put it amazing.
Yeah. And then you can have routines for certain days of the week,
Right.
like working out, food
Mhm.
prep. We talk about food prep quite a bit.
Mhm.
Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening food prep for me.
Right.
So you do have the same routine. I do.
Do you find you have different routines for work though? Do you have routines at work? I guess some people just have routines in the morning and evening.
Yeah, I'm in meetings almost all day, every
Mhm.
day. So I guess the routine is meetings.
Yeah, part of what I want to talk about too is just like routines and habits. Like because I feel like when you do a routine, they can start to form habits and just the importance I think of habits in general.
Go for
Because
it.
oh, I mean, I just want to discuss it. Like because we had talked about briefly on one of the other episodes the Atomic Habits book and
Yes, and that's
how
actually one of our
great book.
I can't even talk. Project management books
Really.
for the month of August is Atomic Habits. So I'm going to go back and skim it again
It's
because
so
I've already
funny.
read it, but yes, that is a fantastic book.
It's just so good. Yeah, it's I think it's such a great resource for anybody, whether in I mean, especially for project management, but whether anybody can really use it. I mean, because part of it is just creating habits. Um, and you can also call it, I mean, we've been getting into more like spiritual stuff lately. We've talked about that. But I mean, it's a routine is very similar to like a ritual. I mean, it's like people can use that where it's like, okay, when you cleanse your crystals, you do this and you put it outside and you say these things and you light incense. And it's like, it's just a different type of routine and, or habits, or like, I feel like a lot of these can be synonyms of each other, but I've just been very into that recently about, I don't know, there's some sense of grounding when I do rituals, not rituals, but routines
Which
because
could be rituals though.
which could yeah like it's my ritual or something, but yeah it's like they can be I guess used interchangeably, but like I have really been liking having a little bit of a routine, like especially in the morning and the evening, because it kind of sets up your day and then bookends your day, really, is how it's worked for me. And I think there's something grounding about that, especially for me who I have like slight ADHD. So it's like being able to just like feel it. I don't know if you feel this, but it's really helped me gain a sense of control, like feeling like I have somewhat control, even though, we never really have complete control. There's all sorts of things that come at us every day of, our
You know,
lives. But
you and I are quite active.
mhm.
Our calendars at work are pretty full. Our personal calendars are exceptionally full. I would say that your personal calendar and my personal calendar are more booked than our work calendars. I mean,
Oh
you
yeah.
and I have things going on almost every single night,
Mhm.
pretty much every single weekend.
Mhm.
I We have a mutual person that we know who knows what they're doing 6 months in advance.
Mhm.
And you and I are somewhat getting to that point of, I don't have a free weekend until almost November, December again, and we're in July.
I
It's
I
crazy.
love how you point that out because like for the longest time I'm like, oh, I mean, for the most part, we're pretty spontaneous, and
True. That
I
that
think
too.
I think we're pretty spontaneous, and that's the thing is it's like, but I don't know if it's just because we've become so active and like doing stuff, but yeah, like I've also like you just said, man, these like booking things out in advance has been completely new to me, but at the same time, it's like when you do, I don't know, like there's been a big push I think for me of like learning to like do stuff on my own and like making sure I'm taking care of me and like spending time hiking outside by myself. And so like I have to schedule that in too, because if you spend too much time with people, like I'm learning to schedule me time as well,
Mhm.
which has been brand new to me. So that means that I need to schedule when I'm with other people too, which means, this Saturday, it may just be me, but I have to schedule that in. So that means only Sunday is available. So like that means that if you want to hang out next Saturday, it's going to have to be, and it's a snowball effect.
It is. It
But
honestly is.
yeah. Do you like that? Sometimes I feel like a little not resentful, but I'm like, "Ugh, I hate having to." But at the same time, it's a good feeling.
It is. I used to have what's called the weekend of nothing. Pretty much only my mom and Leslie will remember that.
Mhm.
But I would need a lot of just me time. And I was single at the time, so I already lived by myself, but I would just because
So
so
true.
many things were going on after work. And I would go home or I would go to the grocery store Friday after work. And then I wouldn't leave my house until Monday morning to go back to work. And I
Mhm.
loved it. I would get on the treadmill and watch Netflix, or I would read a book, or I would clean a closet. It was nothing. I had nothing planned because so much of my life was planned 24/7. I got tired of it. And now I plan buffers in my weekends. But
Mhm.
just this past weekend, Scott, Kim, and I went on a 3-mile hike
So
at
fun.
at a park that I've wanted to go to for a while, and it was it wasn't spontaneous in the fact of I just called them and said, "Hey, I'm gonna be over at your house in 15 minutes." But it was spontaneous in the fact of it was only a day or 2 ahead of time, and they
Mhm.
said, "Sure, let's go," and off we went. Now, I knew personally I had booked exercise during that time, so I knew it was gonna be something exercise, and we had a great time. It was
Mhm.
wonderful time. So, you can book things even if it's by yourself or with other people, and still have that placeholder. And that's what quite a few successful people do with routines. I'm
Mhm.
sure some of you have heard about the making your bed every morning. So
Mhm.
that's the first accomplishment in the morning, and then drinking a glass of water for hydration. And the list goes on and on with all these successful people and what their routines are every single day. It's pretty interesting.
It's funny you mentioned the making the bed thing because that is in the Atomic Habits book. And
Mhm.
last year when I was like reading the book and just trying to come up with my own routines of like, what do I want my day to look like? I mean, we can talk about that in a second, but making the bed was like the first thing I started doing. And I never was a person who made my bed, like never. And now I make my bed every single day and it feels weird if I don't do it because I've done it now for so long that I'm just like, I love coming home to an awesome, just made bed. It feels so nice. But I think too, I think it might be You Are a Badass books by Jen Sincero. One of the things she talks about is like write down what you want your ideal life to be. Like what does your ideal like look like? Like if you are working for the company that you're working for and that's your ideal life, then what does it look like every morning for you? Like be down to the detail. And or if you're working for yourself, what does that look like? If money is no option, what are you doing every day? Because that's I think I went through that exercise a few years ago and wrote everything down. And I'm like, there are a lot of things on this list that I can start immediately. Like there are little routines. Like in my dream thing, I was like, I make my bed every morning and I make a cup of, tea and then I do a yoga routine and blah, blah. And it's like, you don't have to have your ideal life to start doing some of the things that you want. So I think it's a big exercise for us to try. You may have done this already, but like for our listeners, kind of write out what you think your ideal like life looks like because a lot of those things can be integrated into your routine now, which is really cool. Like reading, you're big on reading every day. and
Hmm.
you strive to, and I mean that doesn't happen all the time. Our routines are never perfect. But it's like it's something that it's very easily done. Like you don't have to be a millionaire to I don't have to be a millionaire to do a yoga routine in the morning.
No, something that when I was looking up routines and what people do and the top CEOs,
Mhm.
the Tony Robbins, the Oprah Winfreys of this world, what do they do? And one of the things was to write down 3 things that you wanna accomplish for the day, and I thought, "Oh, wow." That could be doing the dishes, it could be
Yeah.
walking around the block, it could be getting outside for 15 minutes, it can be super simple, and I thought, "What an easy thing to do." You can
Mhm.
journal it every day, "What are the 3 things that I want to accomplish today?" And if you don't get it done, put it down tomorrow, or if you do more than what you intended on accomplishing, which I think most people would find they can accomplish more than 3 things in a day.
Mhm.
So I found that really interesting, but I thought I never thought of it that way. I never thought of what do I want to accomplish today? What's my goal?
Are you a list person?
Yes.
Oh,
Not a
I
to a
love
degree I'm a list person, yeah.
it's so funny because my life is I just I don't know, like I'm not like a very type A personality. Like my things are not just like meh, like organized to that extent. Like I don't have just like if you were to open my pantry, it's not like organized to a T or anything. But I love lists because they make me feel so accomplished when I cross things out. Very into that lately. I've been using Monday.com recently to like list out my things at work, and there is nothing more satisfying than changing the status to done, and then it makes a spark of like it literally what is it? It makes a it looks like confetti when you hit done, and I'm just like, ooh, it's like a little bit of dopamine every time.
Awesome.
But that's yeah, that's like a routine of mine now to do, and like I started that maybe 3 weeks ago, and I love it so much, and
I
it's
like to write down things just to get it out of my mind.
same because
So
I'll
all of a
forget it.
sudden I can feel like my mind is starting to clutter if it's
Mhm.
work, if it's personal. If Matt and
Yeah.
I are going to go on a camping trip or whatever we're going to do, go hiking. How are
Mhm.
you going to get all your stuff? And then I just start putting lists down. And then it feels stress. I mean, it feels like stress has been taken off of me because I've got it
Mhm.
all down on paper. I can see it. I can check it off. It's no different than going to the grocery store. How
Yeah.
many of us have gone to the grocery store for toilet paper, not because of the COVID shortage, but just in general, or eggs, or sugar, or milk, and you get everything but the one item you went there?
So annoying.
I can't tell you how many times I've called my mom and said, "Cheese and rice, I can't believe I did it again."
Mhm.
Say, "What did you do?" And I said, "I went for a gallon of milk and I came home with everything but the milk." Or
Mhm.
if you want to make a certain recipe and let's say it calls for coconut milk, you buy everything for the recipe but the coconut milk and then you have to turn around and go right back. So
Oh.
now I write it all in a list and therefore I do not forget.
Yeah, routines are like a physical form of a list. It's just the best. Like I think I wrote you have this too, but we each have a notebook that we write down like our stuff in, and
Yep.
I think last year I wrote down like my routine in there, like what I want to accomplish, and it is not perfect and I am nowhere near the list, but I think it had like 30 items on it that I wanted to accomplish every single day, maybe 20. And on most days I accomplish maybe 6 of them. I mean, it's literally things like making my bed. But one of the things I really want to work on, well, drinking certain types of water, drinking enough water is on that list. Like things that I know make me feel better at the end of the day. But one I'm trying to get better about is like taking care of like skincare. Like that is something that I really am trying to strive for, and it's on that list, and it hasn't quite made it into my routine. But I try to do like serums and like lotions
Mhm.
and stuff, and it never quite does it. I do it like 2 times a week, so it's like I'm trying to get better about knocking off that routine list because I know at the end of the day I can do all of it because like running is on there, yoga is on there, stretching, like even just little things like stretching.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm laughing about the skincare because
Mhm.
my mom and I always joke about we have great intentions of putting our night cream on.
Mhm.
And then we're laying in bed and we think, "Oh gosh, dang it, I forgot to put my night cream on tonight." And then you just go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then 3 nights later, you're still not putting on your night cream. There have been times where I will just make myself get out of bed and put on the night cream because
Mhm.
I know I should.
You have good skin though. I think you do. It's
Thank you.
I feel the same way though, because I'm like, I literally have a box of stuff on my counter that said it's my night routine. And it literally is just, it's like 2 serums, a lotion, and it's sitting right there. There is no like there is no no barrier there at all. And I still forget it every time. And I'm like, I've put it in a place that it makes it very accessible to me, because part of routines and habits and stuff to remind you is to make them very accessible to you. Don't put any barriers in them.
Yes, Atomic Habits, chapter
Atomic
4.
habit.
No, I
Is
don't know
it?
what chapter it is, but it's
The
in
thing is, I
there.
believed you. I think you would know that. That's something I would believe you would know.
I probably should know that actually.
You
Yeah,
probably.
it's remove your barriers and
Yeah.
make it as easy as possible to continually be able to
Mhm.
meet the habit.
Mhm.
So one of the examples, I believe I used it on this podcast actually, was as soon as you lock out of your computer for lunch, because most of us have sensitive things in our computer. So you lock your computer for lunch, you do 10 sit-ups or 10 push-ups, and then you go eat lunch. Or you have, every day after work, I'm going to go to the gym and walk for a half an hour, or jog, or run a half an hour, or lift weights for 15 minutes. It's those definable, actionable goals. It's more attainable if you say them out loud.
Mhm. Yeah, and then remove any obstacles, like you were saying. It's
Mhm.
because that's a lot of people, they want to meal prep, but they don't have the correct things to put the meals in. And it's like, well, you gotta give your uh habit the best chance it can to work, because if you don't have the right stuff, then you're gonna be least likely to prep. And I do that all the time. I got really bad about not prepping my food because I kept breaking. I'm trying to reprogram my subconscious mind. I am graceful, but sometimes I can be very clumsy. Um, and I broke like all of my containers that I put my meal preps in. And so I stopped meal prepping because I wasn't going to put saran wrap over like a bowl. And so it was really, I'm since fixed that, but it was an obstacle that I was having. And I'm like, it threw off my habit for like a month there because I just didn't make the time to buy new containers to put them
Mhm. It's
in.
easy stuff that throws us off.
Easy stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Or like fertilizing my plants. Like I hate having to mix the fertilizer for them in their little thing. So I just pre-make it after I've done, watering them. I pre-make it for next time. So I just can, little things like that.
What's your favorite routine that you do pretty consistently?
Pretty consistently. Oh goodness. Um, I don't know. I've been really, well, it's not really a routine, but I love incense. I love the smell of it. And I light my incense every time after my shower. And it just makes, well, I shower like my body every day, but not my hair. But anyways, um, I light it every day after my shower, and I'll like sometimes do a face mask with it but I do light my incense every day. And it's just so, I don't know, so relaxing. And it makes my mood so I'm pretty happy normally, but it just makes me so happy to light my incense. But I don't know that I guess it's something that improves my life. But what about you?
I would have never believed this in a million years, but the morning workouts that I do with two of my friends.
Nice.
I love it. And even on the Wednesdays, like I said, I sleep in
Mm-hmm.
most of the time, but on the other times, I'm just out puttering in the yard. Like this morning, I just puttered in the yard. I ran a couple errands really early this morning. Those are the kinds of things that I like, and I was thinking about that for this podcast, like, what is my favorite routine?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it's actually working out in the morning. I love the feeling,
Yeah.
even when I don't feel like it, which lately it has been, but we're on a 2-week break now. So I love that. Not that I'm not working out. I'm still working out. It's just not
Right.
at the same time every morning, 4 days a week. Still
Yeah.
doing it though. And I am really surprised that at this point, that is one of my favorite routines. I also love spending time with my husband. So dinner, and then after dinner is always just
Mm-hmm.
our time. We either talk, watch TV, do something outside. Those are my favorite routines.
This is a routine that I do every day because I have to, but I walk my dog. And
Yes, little
it is
Highland.
Little Highland, he's being good today. He's good every day, but he's being very quiet. Um, but yeah, it's like, I mean, I have to do that. I never don't walk him, but I love that routine. Me and him, he's older now, so he can't walk as far. But one thing I've been doing a lot more lately, and it's so hot in Nashville. So instead of running a lot, like I've been just doing like a very high intensity walk. And I've been doing it every day after work, and I live like on a hill with like surrounded by beautiful trees. And so I'd like walk around my little neighborhood, and it's like a good 1.5 mile walk. So I'll do it like 2 times at the end of the day, and it's so nice, and like everyone's really friendly. And
Gee, Robyn, thank you for pushing me to live
thanks,
where I live.
thanks for helping me choose.
You're welcome, Ashley. I said, Ashley, this
You
is
and
a place for you to live.
Yeah, and then when I went and visited, I was like, "Yep, that's where I'm gonna live." Yeah, it's beautiful up here. Wouldn't change it.
No,
It's
I can't wait to visit you.
Yeah, I want you to visit me. When are you gonna come visit me? I
We
need to come
need to
visit you.
we need to plan. No, I owe you a trip first.
I'll take any time to see you. Doesn't matter
Yeah,
where it is. I just want to see you.
yes.
Um,
We'll
yeah,
have fun.
yeah, but yeah. Routines. It's pretty cool. I think it's beneficial for so many things. I mean, and even if you think, oh, I don't have a routine, I guarantee you do. We're creatures of habit.
I was
Like,
just going to say that. I bet listeners would say, I don't have any routines. I don't know what they're talking about. Well, do you brush your teeth? Do you take
mhm,
morning pills or afternoon pills or evening pills? Do you
mhm,
make dinner? Do you call out for dinner? Maybe you order out every night for dinner. That's a routine. I
mhm.
mean, there are so many things that I think people really have a routine and they just don't think about it.
Even the way, yeah, like you're saying, we have habits too. I mean, I eat an apple with peanut butter. That's part of my breakfast every day. I've gotten to that routine. And I cut my apple the same way every day. It's like
Hmm.
a very specific cut. And it throws me off when it's like not big enough to make the cuts. And I'm like, no. But yeah,
Okay, that's an episode on OCD.
I know. I think I have a little bit of OCD. Like it's funny because like some of my it's like that specific thing, apple thing. It's like it's the weirdest thing. But yeah, it's I think of so many of us have routines that we just don't know about. Like yeah, the brushing your teeth and
Drinking
brush
coffee.
your hair. Yeah,
Yeah.
drinking your coffee. Like like I have a guy at work. This is not a routine, but it's so funny. He gets up at the same time every day. He's like 3 seats down from me. Gets up, starts walking to the at about 9:30 he'll start walking to our like kitchen area. And then every day at the same desk he turns around and says, "Oh, forgot my coffee cup." It's the same. He forgets his coffee cup every day. And it makes me so happy because I'll stop and be like, "Did you get your coffee cup?" And he's like, "Nope." He'll go
Go get your coffee
He's my
cup.
neighbor, so his routine is the same, but it's also to a T. Like he forgets his coffee cup every day. It makes me so happy.
That's
But
cute.
it's very cute and it just makes me laugh. But yeah, like everyone, I don't know that he thinks he has a routine, but yeah, it's just funny.
I think it's adorable.
Yeah. Anything else? I'm trying to think what else I want to talk about.
I am going to try though to do 1 to 3 goals a day.
Mm-hmm.
So right away in the morning, here's my routine. I come into the
Mm-hmm.
office, turn the light on, get ready for workout, and I am going to do 1 to 3 things a day that I want to accomplish in my day.
I love that. That's a good challenge.
Hmm.
Because now you've already got my wheels turning of what I'm gonna choose.
Well, and the other thing too
Um,
was, and we did talk about this on the last podcast or the podcast previous. I was just in a funk for a couple of weeks, and I could not figure out why. It was because I wasn't sticking to my routine. So what did I do today? I meditated. I
Mm-hmm.
pulled the affirmation cards. I poloed Ashley and Pam. So Ashley, you
No,
probably have to catch
I'm
up.
behind. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
behind.
just play it on your way to work, and that'll be all your
I'll
entertainment on your way to work.
I'll play it on my walk around the neighborhood in a bit.
There you go. It'll take you that long to get through them all.
I know. Well,
But getting back on a routine, I feel fantastic again.
yeah. It's little things. Those cards that you're talking about to our listeners, Robyn and Pam got cards too, right?
She did. She
She
got
was the
different
pink ones.
cards. Yep.
She used the pink ones and you were the square ones.
Yep.
Yeah, so they got cards and we pull them we each individually pull our own cards every day and they're like little affirmation cards. They are so good. I do them every day like you said.
Yeah. I think Pam, this will probably look backwards, but
No, it
it's
looks good on my side.
does it? Okay, good. It's I am everything. And what's weird is I got a snap today from somebody very special to me, and they pulled one of these cards.
Mhm.
And let's see, what card did she pull today? I bet I can find it.
They are
And I
so
just,
good.
yeah, I started laughing. I was like, oh my gosh, I have those exact cards. I think it was I am love.
Aw.
Yeah, I think that's the one she pulled. I may not have I may not have always made the right choices, but I did my best. I have so much love to give, and everyone around me can feel it. I am given a clean slate every single day to be the best version of me that I can be. I am forgiven. I am love.
I love that. I am love.
I am love. And then the other set of cards. So our listeners get to hear what I pulled today. So these are 60 empowering questions and affirmation cards.
These are good because they pose a question, I think, on one side, and then they have like a thing on the other, which is really cool. Same
Yeah.
topic, but it's
So
neat.
here's the one side, and it said, I am in good health and I am getting better every day. And then on the back side, it talks about questions. What can I do to be more kind to my body? And what health goals am I trying to reach right now? I will, I'll do the edit, and then I'll put the Amazon links in our description.
We could
If
probably
people,
get some affiliate links.
what's that?
We could probably do affiliate links.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Maybe you need to do
Oh,
that part.
well, we'd have to set up something, so we might look into it for next time. But
Okay.
we can add it, we can back add it later, but basically you just sign up for an affiliate account and then any link that you post that someone buys using your
Oh,
link, you get a cut of it. So
sweet.
it
Yes.
might not
Look
be a
into
lot, but it's like something.
Okay. Yeah, because they're wonderful cards. And I was so excited to get that snap this morning. I was like,
Mhm.
ooh, I have those cards.
I'm gonna grab my other thing of cards too. Well, I have one. I have the same two that you guys have, and then I have an extra thing of cards. 1 second.
Okay. Yeah, Pam has a different set of cards too. And when I go up to Hastings to visit her and Dan, we always pull the cards and then we read them to each other and talk about it. And then Ashley has other cards too.
Yeah, these ones I got at a thrift shop, and they're called Mindfulness Cards. And you open the little top, and they have 4 different topics: rest and balance, curiosity and joy, insight and awareness, and kindness are the 4 topics. And you pull it, and then on like today, if you were to pull rest and balance, it says listen to the body, and then on the back it has like a little. I can't see. It has like a little thing on it, but it'll be mine tomorrow. Um, I just think they're so cool.
They are very cool.
Highland has joined us.
Highland has joined us. Hi, baby.
He's sleeping. Sorry, my
Yeah.
kitchen made me a mess.
He's looking at you like he wants dinner.
Can you see his whale eyes?
Yes.
I'm looking at you. He wants to go on his walk. I just got home, so I took him out long enough to go pee, and he has not gotten to take his long walk, which he gets
All
every
right.
day after work. So he'll get it later. He knows. But it's like, Mom, we do this every day. That's his routine. Pets are a great example of animal or just beings with routines.
Absolutely. Inky would sit at the bottom of the stairs and just scream for Matt to come and give her a
Mhm.
treat in the morning.
Yep. Like pets have natural alarm clocks. Like Highland wakes up he doesn't wake me up, but he will sit by my bed and just remain quiet. So at the same time every day. It's the funniest thing. I'll turn over and he's right there. So pets, great keepers of routines.
Except when the clocks change twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
Then
But
that's an issue.
yeah. And they know it.
All right. Well, we would love to hear from all of our listeners and wonder what your routines are.
Yeah, I'm really fascinated to hear what other people do because we could all learn from each other. there are so many things that I probably would love to incorporate in my routine, like little things that you don't even think about.
Yeah, I agree. So
Yes.
let us know. And like and subscribe if you like our podcast.
Yeah. Thank you. And I guess until next time, which we don't have a specific topic for yet. Sometimes we do. I don't know.
Well, I've got quite a few ideas, so it'll be a surprise.
Surprise topic. Until next time, stay awesome.
And keep reaching for your anything.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.